Okay, welcome. Well, we're gonna start talking about Obama's speech, back to school event. It's a speech he made at Arlington, Virginia, September 8th, 2009. First of all, I want to talk about the political play Obama is playing right now. I want to talk about the tactical aspects of this speech. I want to talk about that this is not just a speech of pep talk. He's not just pep talking the students into becoming better students. He is, I know he is, that's half of it. But he's also getting a message across that he needs great students to not rule this country, but to build a great nation. So that's a lot of things. First, I'm going to show you a video clip of Barack Obama's posture in his back to school. Actually, at this very place he made this speech. I want to talk about his integrity. I want to talk about the connection he makes with his peers. I want to talk about the way he catches everybody's attention. So, first of all, the aspects of the political game Obama is doing right now. Well, he's coming out and talking about education, and education is a very good thing to talk about in politics because education wins a lot of votes. And the reason why that is because education is critical for great nations. If you don't have a great nation, you cannot have a great nation without a good education system, because then your future doctors, nurses, and teachers are gonna be bad, and then you're gonna fall behind. Our world today is very global. We're all connected through the internet, and the stock market affects everyone, and the crisis back in 2007. So everything is connected in this world, and we as a human race, we compete against each other, country against country. And we're not in war, I know, but we're competing on the economical market. We're competing in the technological, the race to outer space, Russians against Americans back in 1962, the moon, things like that. So we're competing against each other, and we need strong students to be the horses to carry these countries. So what Obama has to do is he talks about education, and specifically he talks about education at Arlington. And at Arlington there is back to school. It is first graders. They're 6 years old, and there are seniors that are 18 years old. And he has to greet everybody, so everybody catches his attention. And the way he does that is pretty simple and pretty smart. He says, "Hello everyone, how's everybody doing today?" Great, everybody is doing great. So first, now he has everybody's attention. Now he's having a connection with everyone. So he keeps talking, and he starts talking about his own life when he lived in Indonesia as a kid. He talks about being homeschooled. He talks about how his mom woke him up at 4:30 in the morning, and he did not like that at all. And he says, "This is no picnic for me either, Buster." This is his mom. So he keeps a very informal tone when he speaks to his peers, because there are people that are 6 years old, so they need to understand what he is saying. And they probably don't understand everything, but they need to know the main message. So that's pretty important. Now, he talks about his own life. He makes this connection. Now he starts talking about the responsibility the students have for their own education. He talks about how it is very important that teachers specifically inspire you and push you to learn. Okay? So I talked about your teacher's responsibility for inspiring you and pushing you to learn. Okay, so Obama is making sure that teachers want to teach us things. They want to make us smarter. They want to make great students. Now all we have to do as students are But at the end of the day, we can have the most dedicated teachers, the most supportive parents, and the best schools in the world, and none of it will matter unless all of you fulfill your responsibilities. Okay, so Obama is giving us all these teachers, all these principles. We have good parents that can motivate us, but in the end of the day, all that matters is that we show up, we do our homework, and we do good at school. We do great at school. So that's great. That's a very good message to get across, because he keeps on talking about how important education is to have a good life. Talks about how if you want, maybe you could be a good writer, maybe even good enough to write a book or articles in a newspaper, but you might not know it until you write a paper for your English class. Okay, and that's that's great. He talks about no matter what you want to do with your life, I guarantee that you'll need an education to do it. You want to be a doctor or a teacher or a police officer. You want to be a nurse or an architect, a lawyer or a member of a military. You're going to need a good education. All the time he talks about education. He keeps mentioning this word and this word, and this just keeps mesmerizing us into remember this word. Education. This is so important to him. Or at least he wants us to feel like it's important to him. I feel like he really learned this speech by heart. I don't think he wrote this himself. I know all presidents have a speech writer, but I really think he really wanted to learn this speech. He might not have written the words, but he sang the words with his heart. I believe that. I really do. Now, he keeps talking about how every individual needs to develop your talents, your skills, and intellect, so you can help solve our most difficult problems. So he basically says that all students have to be good students, because whatever you want to do in life, you need to be good at it, so you can help your country's problems. So if you want to be a police officer, or you want to be a nurse, or you want to be a doctor, you are going to help your country. You're not going to quit on school. You're not going to do that. You're not going to quit on your country. No one, that would just disband you from the whole fellowship that America has with each other. The whole of America have this patriotic viewpoint. Everybody are so happy for their country. They believe America is the land of freedom. Everybody are free. We have our rights. We can wear arms. We can do whatever we want. And a lot of American politics really builds on that. And that is what Obama really does. So again, very good tactical and very good aspect of the political game we have right here. Now he proceeds. He got his first message across up here about the motivation and how we need you to develop as an individual and stuff like that. Now he goes to build another. He wants to build a deeper connection. Now he gives us one more life anecdote. He talks about how my father left my family when I was 2 years old. Yeah, okay, that was hard for you, Obama. I know. Yeah, we get this feeling that he's not just the president of the United States. He's actually a human being, and it's not meant to sound in a bad way, but I've never seen Obama as more than the president of the United States. So now that he says this, now I know about his past. I get this feeling of connection. Not because my father didn't leave me when I was 2 years old, but my parents got divorced when I was like 7. So I think I know the feeling of having parents that are not together. So that kind of makes me and Obama have an emotional connection, even though I've never met the guy or the man. So, but he says, but I was fortunate. I got a lot of second chances and had the opportunity to go to college and law school and follow my dreams. Yeah, that's good. So, if you choose to go to college, if you go to law school, or anything else for that matter, if you just keep proceeding your dreams, you will fulfill them, because Barack Obama did it. He came from a very poor household, and he made it to become the most powerful man in the whole world. So, he proceeds, but at the end of the day, the circumstances of your life, what you look like, where you come from, how much money you have, what you got going on at home, that's no excuse for neglecting your homework or having a bad attitude. So having a bad attitude, that's towards your the teachers and other fellow students. Neglecting one's homework because of a situation at home. Personally, I believe that you should do your homework. It is important. You should not just play video games all day, or you should not just be around with your friends all the time and go drinking and stuff like that. But I believe if there's a family situation, this is my opinion, you need to family comes first of all. Of course, school just is right up there. Okay, family here, school here. All right, it kind of follows. It is important, but I'd choose my family any day. That's just my opinion. The people that disagree can just read their books or whatever. I'm gonna visit my family if something is wrong. Now, he gives these some examples of young people. I'm not gonna go through all of them because we're short on time. But basically, the story of each individual, I think there are 4 people, is that they all went through hard times. They all went through very tough situations, and they made it through. They graduated with honors. They headed to college. They became good individuals because they went to school and studied and kept going. So that's a happy ending. That's a very happy ending, and that gives people hope. Hope is very important. And Obama is very good at that. He's very good at giving people hope. He came in a crisis. He came in and said, "We can do this." He came in, took control. We can do this, and people believed him and they follow him, and that's why he's such a great leader. I personally believe Obama is a great leader, and he's a great politician, and he's a pretty good speaker as well. I believe that. Now, whatever you resolve to do, I want you to commit to it. I want you to really work at it. Okay, that's good. Obama wants whatever I do to do it with everything. I will really need to commit to it. So, if I have a dream, I need to fulfill it. And that just gives me the sense of hope that I need. Now, let's move on and just see 10 seconds of how and analyze how Obama addresses the school kids.
But at the end of the day, we can have the most dedicated teachers, the most supportive parents, the best schools in the world, and none of it will make a difference. None of it will matter unless all of you fulfill your responsibility.
Now, see, he talks about how none of it will matter unless you fulfill your responsibility. This is just the Obama sign. He's just, he's saying this. He's pointing things out, and it's a very, very strong way of getting a message. He's not standing with a raised finger. This means I'm gonna be angry at you. This is just, I mean this. I really put my body and effort into this. Now let's round off. It's kind of hard. I wish I had more time. But Obama seems concerned about the students. But on the other side, I understand why he's concerned. He needs strong students to control the country. He needs strong students to succeed. And as I said before, this is more than just a pep talk. This is a political speech that is meant to win votes. And I believe it is. So all in all, Obama is very, very good at making speeches. He's very, very good at getting a message across. And he's very good at establishing this emotional connection. So all in all, he's a very great speaker. He uses pathos, ethos, and logos. Of course, he uses more feelings than logic, but all in all, he's a good speaker. Now, I'm gonna round off, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow.